Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Manchester United's pursuit of Victor GYOKERES has been quietly reignited, and this time the stars might be aligning in their favour. Once seen as outsiders in the race, the Red Devils now find themselves with a real shot at landing the prolific Sporting CP striker, thanks to Arsenal's pivot toward Benjamin Šeško and the disappearance of earlier transfer roadblocks. With 97 goals in 102 games, GYOKERES has proven he's not just another name on the market, he's the statement striker United desperately need. And at 60 million, the potential deal feels like a bargain compared to last summer's 72 million outlay on Rasmus HOJLUND. But there's a catch. GYOKERES is expected to demand upwards of £250,000 a week, wages that could test Sir Jim Ratcliffe's financial restraint under PSR pressures. Still, with multiple exits looming and their attacking line ripe for reshaping, this could be United's moment to strike. The road is clearer than it's been in months, but the price of this ambition will be steep and the consequences massive. Manchester United's hopes of signing Victor GYOKERES have been given a major boost after a key obstacle quietly disappeared. The club were thought to be outsiders in the race for GYOKERES' signature, with Arsenal leading the pack for some time. But it appears the Swedish goal machine is now open to joining the Red Devils, despite the fact that they won't be playing Champions League football next season. No formal talks have been held between United and Sporting CP, but a reunion with Ruben Amorim now looks a genuine possibility, particularly with Arsenal focusing on a deal to sign RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Šeško. GYOKERES was heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford in January, despite Amorim promising not to raid his old club for talent during the winter window. The Portuguese coach was as good as his word, but made no such promise about the summer transfer window. GYOKERES, who turned 27 on Wednesday, is reportedly available for around 60 million of fees and significantly lower than the £85 release clause in his contract. Given that United spent £72 on Rasmus HOJLUND in 2023, that asking price may feel like a bargain. However, agent fees and GYOKERES' wage demands will need to be taken into account as well. The striker has scored an astonishing 97 goals in 102 games for Sporting, and despite currently earning just £39,000 per week at the Estadio José Alvalade, he is expected to seek a salary exceeding £250,000 per week. Only 5 current United players earn weekly wages of £250,000 or more. Of those 3, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Casemiro are likely to leave this summer, while the remaining 2, Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount, have also been linked with exits. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe aiming to rein in spending amid ongoing PSR concerns, United may hesitate to meet GYOKERES' hefty demands. However, the chance to sign a striker of his calibre, especially with limited competition, could prove too tempting to ignore and a gamble worth taking. Top European sides, such as Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Manchester City, already have world-class centre-forwards in place, while United's other Premier League rivals appear to be pursuing other options. Chelsea recently beat United to the signing of Ipswich striker Liam Delap, and although they remain in the market for another forward, Hugo Ekitike appears to be their primary target. Liverpool are reportedly eyeing the Eintracht Frankfurt star as well, potentially viewing him as a replacement for Darwin Núñez, who is expected to leave Anfield this summer. The Red Devils have already spent 62.5 million on Matheus Cunha and are looking to seal a similarly priced deal for Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo. However, with several departures anticipated across United's forward line this summer, there is room both in the squad and on the wage bill for further additions. GYOKERES could prove to be the ultimate statement, signing one capable of firing United back up the table following a truly dismal season. But as with so many things at Old Trafford these days, any move will require walking a financial tightrope. Whether it pays off or backfires, the consequences will be significant and unavoidable. After a disastrous Premier League season that saw Manchester United slump to 15th and miss out on Champions League football, the Red Devils are wasting no time trying to rebuild under pressure. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe stressing financial discipline and Ruben Amorim desperate to redeem himself after a nightmare debut campaign, United are going full throttle into the summer transfer window. They have already triggered the 62.5 million release clause for Wolves star Matheus Cunha and are pushing hard to land Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo with an improved 60 million to bid now on the table. Meanwhile, Exits are just as crucial. United are open to selling nearly anyone, with names like Rasmus HOJLUND linked to a potential return to Serie A, with whispers of Arsenal circling Victor GYOKERES and Inter Milan preparing a move for HOJLUND once Christian Chivu takes the reins. United are in the eye of a transfer storm. It's a high-stakes summer that could define the future of the club. Manchester United are beginning to gather momentum in the summer transfer window and are wasting no time in trying to get deals done. The club knows the importance of their business this off-season, after a dreadful debut campaign for Ruben Amorim, and are determined to get it right this time. United finished 15th in the Premier League and will not play in the Champions League next season after losing the Europa League final against Tottenham. They are recruiting from a position of weakness, which makes their decisions even more important amid the financial difficulties spelled out by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. The Red Devils have made a positive start to the window by agreeing a deal to sign Matthias Cunha from Wolves. United will pay his full £62.5 million release clause and hope that his addition will encourage others to follow suit. In the meantime, they are negotiating the departures of some first-team players, knowing that offloading unwanted players will be just as important as recruiting new ones. Everyone in the squad is considered fair game, meaning there will be lots of incomings and outgoings this summer. Here are the latest pieces of news involving United. Manchester United have made one last attempt to sign Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford. An initial bid of 55 million, comprised of 45,000 upfront and 10 million in add-ons, was rejected by the Bees, so United have upped their offer. They have now offered 55 million plus 5 million in add-ons for the Cameroon international, who banged in 20 Premier League goals last season. The offer appears to match Brentford's stated 60 million valuation for Mbeumo. It would appear the final stumbling block in the move, given that the 25-year-old forward is keen to move to Old Trafford and has already agreed personal terms of around £200,000 a week over a 5-year contract with an option for an extra year. Victor GYOKERES has been linked with a move to Manchester United due to his relationship with his old Sporting boss Amorim, and he is now ruled out on summer transfer. When asked about moving back to Sweden, the 27-year-old striker told Swedish Vogue, after living in a warm country, it would be difficult. GYOKERES is understood to be available for 60 million from Sporting this summer, but Arsenal are considered to be frontrunners because they can offer Champions League football. However, the Gunners are still considering RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko, so GYOKERES' move to North London is far from certain. Inter Milan are waiting to get their new manager in place before deciding on a potential move for Rasmus HOJLUND. Inter boss Simone Inzaghi left the Italian giants to join Al Hilal after their defeat in the Champions League final, and his replacement isn't through the door yet. Christian Chivu is poised to leave Parma to take over from Inzaghi, and he will be given a say over a potential move for HOJLUND. The Danish international has a good reputation in Serie A following his spell at Atalanta and could be offered a way out of Old Trafford. Inter will need new attackers, with Joaquin Correa and Marko Arnautovic set to depart. And HOJLUND could fit the bill for Chivu, although there are suggestions he could prefer Parma star Angion Boni instead. Manchester United are ready to hand Bryan Mbeumo a staggering 5-fold pay rise as they push to land the Brentford star this summer. The Red Devils have already agreed to meet the Cameroon forward's mega wage demands, but Brentford are playing hardball. Their initial 55 million bid, including add-ons, was knocked back, with the Bees holding firm for a 60 million fee. Mbeumo, who delivered a career-best 20 goals and 7 assists last season, is entering the final year of his contract, and Brentford know now is the time to cash in. While United weigh up their next move, they remain confident that Mbeumo's skill set fits new boss Ruben Amorim's attacking blueprint, and they're not alone, with Newcastle also circling. But at Old Trafford, the message is clear. Mbeumo is wanted, and the money is there. Manchester United are prepared to meet Bryan Mbeumo's mega wage demands if they are able to agree on a fee with Brentford, who rejected the opening offer from the Red Devils. The Bees are holding out for 60 million and have turned down the opening package, which added up to 45 to 45 pounds, of which was up front with the extras in bonuses. One issue that has been finalised is United's willingness to pay Mbeumo's salary demands. Those at Old Trafford are prepared to stump up a huge salary to get the Cameroon international to the club, which would see the player earn 5 times his current wage of 50k a week. United have previously made huge blunders when agreeing to pay players mammoth salaries, but that doesn't seem to have put them off. Interest in MBEUMO comes after he delivered his most prolific season to date. He played in every Premier League match, which saw him come up with 20 goals and 7 assists, and Brentford believe this summer is the right time to cash in. The frontman is about to enter the final 12 months of his deal, and the Bees can bank a huge profit on a player they signed back when they were in the Championship. The West London side look ready to dig their heels in though, as they demand their £60 million asking price. It leaves United with a decision to make should they want MBEUMO. They have already spent £62.5 million on Matheus Cunha, but have made bolstering their front line a priority. They've just missed out on Liam Delap, who chose Chelsea over Manchester, but have continued to pursue other targets. MBEUMO's skill set is likely to suit the 3-4-3 system implemented by Ruben Amorim, who needs new recruits if he is to be a success at Old Trafford. Newcastle have a well-known interest in the Brentford frontman, but those in Manchester have acted to try and get a deal over the line with Brentford, consistently showing they will sell their top stars for the right fee, doing so with Ivan Toney last summer. Manager Thomas Frank conceded that MBEUMO had admirers and his departure was possible if the right fee was tabled. "I can definitely understand the interest in him," he said. "There should be interest in him. He is at his best age, he has scored 20 goals. I would like to keep him, but we are a selling club, so if someone comes in with the right price."